Go ahead, Joe, if you have a question.
Unmute, bottom left.
Okay, Joe, we'll come back to you. Jim Matheson, Post Media.
John, Victor Hedman, is there a tendency to want to play him even more than 26 minutes a game when you have a number one defenseman in the league with 31 teams, but really not as many true number ones as Victor Hedman is?
Yeah, he's a luxury to have. It was nice to only get him 21 last night. Anytime you can give him a little bit of time off, and it's 21 minutes time off. Really, I'm not sure, but to give him like 6, 7, 8 less minutes, he normally gets a game. Hopefully that'll pay dividends as we come down to the end. But definitely a luxury to have back there.
Eric Erlinson, Lightning Insider.
Hi, John. I'm just curious with the back-to-back here. It's obviously such a very unique situation in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, are there different things that you do from a normal back-to-back or even the back-to-back you had earlier in the postseason and how you're managing the players?
No, you can't look at Saturday without playing Friday. So you do all your prep and put the 20 players out there you feel are going to give you the best chance to win on Friday, and see what happens. Wake up Saturday and deal with Saturday then.
Steve Wino, Associated Press.
Hey, John, you mentioned the other day that you don't think you maybe guys have gotten to Khudobin in those sort of words, but what has your team done better to kind of take his eyes away and do those sort of things that you kind of do to a goaltender in the playoffs?
Well, you got to make it busy in front of the net. And there's one thing about screening shots, but, you screen passes. The guy's been really good on faking shots and moving pucks and being deceptive around the net. But the key is just making it busy down there. You can't let him rest. You can't let him sit in one spot and see everything. And when you're making them work, then you're hoping that moving goalies have holes. And so it's you just have to be constant. It can't be a 1 or 2 shift thing. It's got to be an every shift thing. And hopefully you get a little lucky and some of the pucks go by him. But at this time of year, you got 2 elite goalies in net, so you got to make it hard on them.
Jason Hills, Tampa Bay Times.
Yeah, John. You've been riding Vasilevsky the whole playoffs, and Curtis has been a backup. What's his role been on this team during this run, and how has he been able to help the team and his teammates?
Well, so Curtis is as valuable as anybody in our locker room. He's become a really good partner to Vasi in the sense he's supportive. He's a veteran. He's seen pretty much everything, and you need that support staff when you in the goaltending tandem. And Curtis knew when he signed with us, this was a distinct possibility that he wasn't the guy that was going to be playing the playoff games, but he knew his role coming in, and he's been phenomenal. I can't say enough about what a character guy he is, and he's got a really good feel of when to talk to Vasi and when not to, and great feel in the room, and you need that. Like everybody said time and time again, everybody's got to be pulling in the same direction, and Curtis has most definitely been doing that, and he's been awesome to have in our room.
Tracy Myers, NHL.com.
Hi, John. Thanks for doing this. Just wanted to ask you how Steven Stamkos was feeling today and what any possibilities are for him moving forward.
Yeah, I won't be able to answer that probably till tomorrow morning. Guys are just showing up to the rink now, so I won't have any medical updates or anything till after this, and so I'll update you tomorrow.
Arpan Basu, The Athletic.
Hey, John. Listen, I understand what you said about not worrying about Saturday until Friday's game, but I mean, obviously, with goaltending and back-to-back nights, it's become less of a thing where goalies play on consecutive days. I know Vasilevsky played on consecutive days against Boston and did quite well in the second game. But does that typical evaluation and just all the numbers we have showing that goalies don't perform as well on back-to-back nights, does it change just because of where you are in the stage that you're on?
So I think that the back-to-backs in the playoffs can't be judged the same way the back-to-backs can in the regular season, in my opinion, because you're taking travel out of it. Now, yes, well, things change if tomorrow goes into 5 overtimes. Who knows? Like there are aspects that we go through that have us make these decisions, but Vass will be in the net tomorrow night, and when you get to this part of the season, I think I said it last night, you need your big boys to be there for you, and they have all playoffs long, and I just don't see why we really need to change that.
We'll do a few more for Coach. Mike McIntyre, Winnipeg Free Press.
Hi, John. You said after the game last night how you need your big boys, your big guns to produce, and yours certainly have. You guys have done a pretty effective job of keeping Dallas's big stars off the score sheet so far. What do you attribute that to? Is that the work of your very effective checking line? And is that something that you look to continue here going forward?
Well, naturally, I think, with every game as you move forward, you look at your opponent and you try and make sure that they're not going to have success. But to be honest, we really focus on ourselves and how we need to play, and hopefully the opponent's trying to adjust to what you're doing. But we're not sitting here saying, oh well, this line, just focus on this line, and it's not the way it works. Like, we're focused on their team, and if some guys aren't scoring, it's because hopefully we've got a team effort and a game plan against them, and we do have some depth on our team, and everybody can check, and in this time of year, like, that's what you have to do. You have to check, and the guys have been doing a great job of that, and so hopefully, like to finish out this series here, we got to continue to do that, and guys have been doing a good job.
We'll do 2 more for Coach. Joe Smith, The Athletic. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, John, sorry for the difficulties earlier. I know you guys try to get pucks deep generally because you're such a good forechecking team, but it seems like you've been able to get Khudobin to play the puck a bit in this series. Is that an area of focus, especially when you play a team that has such active defensemen or a really strong skating blue line? Or, is that just kind of part of it?
Yeah, we have a game plan, and a lot of it is forechecks is bread and butter for us. But I can't comment on their goalie. Like, he's been good. So, but with anybody, whether it's the goalie, the defense, the forwards, whoever, if you take their time and space away and you're on them right away, it's harder to make plays. And so that's just our general philosophy for every player.
Last question, Rob Tychkowski, Post Media.
Hi, Coach. All hockey teams are generally tight-knit groups. You spend a lot of time together on the road and in the room and everything. But obviously, 8 weeks in a bubble is next-level stuff. Have you noticed that you're a closer group because of this? And is this something that could have a lasting impact?
It's a good question. I've not thought about that. But I know our team is in a better spot now than we were when we entered the bubble. And not saying we weren't close then, but this experience is really drawn it together. I can speak really on our coaching staff. The hours we spend every single day with each other, and the players, you watch some of the things they're doing together, the games they play, the practical jokes, like everything, and it's there's no, I don't know how to describe it. Like, there's no cliques, there's no guys going in different directions. They're just all together and they're all happy. And naturally, winning helps with that. But even the games that we haven't won, nobody's kicking the can with their head down. It's everybody's there to pick each other up. And to your point, tight knit is an understatement. The group, everybody, they lay in traffic for each other. And that's what I've seen grow during this playoffs, and probably a reason why we're having some success.
Thank you, Coach.